Hey, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the Media Goose channel. It is I, the Media Goose, RJG, Ryan James Gorman. And the goose is loose, baby. I'm coming at you today to talk a little wrestling. Obviously, I haven't been reviewing wrestling since WrestleMania. And I want to talk about why that is. I really enjoyed night 2 of WrestleMania. I thought a lot of the matches were great, including the main event being one of my favorite WrestleMania main events in a long time. So, why would I suddenly just stop watching? I want to talk about it. Those releases that happened the day after Mania wrecked me. Those are some of my favorite wrestlers. The Wyatts, The New Day, Alistair and Zelina. It really upset me to see the people released that were released. And WrestleMania, night 1 especially, was kind of gross to watch. It feels like wrestling is not for wrestling fans anymore. WWE doesn't care about appealing to wrestling fans. We're like, I don't know, they look at us as like the people they don't have to like market to or anything because we're watching and we're going to keep watching. And this was finally the time where it wasn't true for me. I had to draw the line. That night 1 of Mania was bad in terms of how short the matches went, in terms of the ridiculous amount of celebrity interaction, and not good celebrity interaction. Pat McAfee, Jelly Roll, all of that shit. And frankly, TKO. I think you can see the effects of TKO. They were the people that brought in Pat McAfee. Randy was going to reveal it was Aleister Black. It was going to be Aleister Black and Randy as a heel duo going up against Cody. And TKO said, no, it's Pat McAfee. And then they teased this whole massive, like, overarching storyline of WWE versus TKO. They do multiple promos into the lead to Mania, and they just have Cody beat Randy. I know I was being vocal about how fuck Pat and all that, and fuck Pat, but I still would have preferred that they did it, and Randy won. Now, there were some reports that Randy was hurt going into Mania. He's not on TV, obviously. Maybe that wasn't an option. But that didn't do anything for me. It wasn't even that satisfying in terms of, yes, Pat's gone. It was like, damn, all that was built to for nothing. It was kind of like, I don't know, if Infinity War was built to and then subverted. Like, instead of Thanos winning at the end and the bad guys winning, imagine if Tony just cut off Thanos' head. Like, all right. That was that. It was cool. It was kind of like a Marvel character, like when Marvel just kills their villains too soon. That's what the main event of night 1 felt like to me. Where I was like, if you're going to use weeks of TV doing this, at least commit to it and go with it and like have an overarching company story. Now there's nothing going on of interest. And then you hear everything that happened with the New Day, where the New Day signed new 5-year deals last year. And TKO went to them a year into those 5-year agreements to say, we want you to take a 50% pay cut. Fuck that. Apparently, there was a top star, not like a Roman or a Seth, who accepted that pay cut. And whoever that is, fuck you. You make it harder for the people who actually have integrity to stand on their own 2 feet. Because the idiots like you who are accepting 50% pay cuts make it harder for everybody else. What a loser. And I know people will say, you don't get it. They have to feed their family. The amount of money they're making, they can, trust me, you don't have to be sympathetic for them. Don't sympathize. for these wrestlers who are making more money than me or you could ever imagine. Say no to that. Go work the indies like I guarantee the New Days are about to do and make crazy money. It's ridiculous. There's AEW now. There are more companies to go to get paid. And you taking a 50% pay cut fucks all the other people in the locker room because you're setting a precedent. That is so anti-worker. Wrestlers need a goddamn union. It is ridiculous that AEW and WWE continue to be able to bend these performers over barrels. And I know everybody will point at TKO, and yeah, TKO's awful, but it's not just TKO. Because watch, if TKO gets away with it, it'll become the precedent. Everybody will start doing it. Good for the New Day for walking out, and whoever that superstar was who took that pay cut, fuck you. Because you're making it harder for every other person who says no. It's ridiculous. 50% pay cut. The talent have to pay for their own gear, their own travel, their own hotel, their own accommodations. And you want them to take a 50% pay cut in the year that your company experienced ridiculous profit margins that you do nothing but brag about. Triple H gets a raise. Nick Khan gets a raise. And you want the New Day. How many white superstars got asked to take that fucking pay cut? Huh? And you're going to go ask the New Day, the most decorated tag team of all time. How many white people did you go to with that pay cut before the New Day? It's fucking inexcusable. And I'm done just sitting here watching it happen. Fuck that. They are getting to a point where they believe the brand is the star, not the stars. There was a report like a year ago that they wanted Triple H to be like the new Dana White, where he was like the face of the company. That's what they're moving towards. Triple H and Nick Khan. Not Cody. There won't be another John Cena because it's Triple H. He's going to be the face of the company now. No superstar will ever ascend to the previous levels because they don't want them to. I also got to mention, they cut one of my favorites in Kairi Sane. I feel like if you've been watching, I've been advocating for her to be the Intercontinental Champion. I don't know if I ever mentioned it yet or if I was just waiting to talk about this in a video. I was almost hoping Kairi would win Money in the Bank this year. And if Asuka were champion, maybe the ultimate payoff is Kairi cashing in on Asuka. It breaks my heart that she's gone. And if it was her choice, good for her. I'm happy for her. It doesn't change that WWE wildly underutilized Kairi. I wanted her... I mean, her and Asuka are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. There's no doubt about that. But I wanted more for Kairi herself. Her run in NXT as NXT champion. I so wanted her to be a world title holder. And it breaks my heart I won't see that now. I mean, I guess I'll hope that somewhere down the line she comes back and they do it, but I don't see that happening. The only people they really do that with, the whole they come back and then they win the world title, it's the men. I don't know that we've ever seen that storyline with a woman, and I don't know if they would even give a woman enough shine to have that kind of story. Rhea Ripley is arguably the most over star on the damn brand, and you can barely find her in the weekly programming. Also, what WWE did to all the content creators this past week, giving them all strikes on their reaction videos. I've considered on multiple different occasions becoming a reactor, and if I had done that, I might have just lost my Instagram, I might have just lost my YouTube channel, I might have just lost my form of income, which a lot of people just did, because WWE and TKO were fucking assholes. You don't want families to be able to afford to go to your shows. One of the heads of TKO said that. They said Vince prioritized families affording tickets and we do not. That ain't the flex you think it is, assholes. And if you're making Vince McMahon look humane, Jesus Christ. It's just... And then seeing those same content creators still covering WWE. Couldn't be me. That's wild. And I get it, like, maybe your income is tied up in the coverage of that company, but maybe that's why this all shouldn't be monetizable. I don't know. It's kind of wild the way reactors have become the predominant, like, pocket of social media. Whether it's Marvel, whether it's wrestling, regardless of what it is. And I kind of feel like this is WWE in the way that they opened up to the world around them for a few years. I kind of feel like they're going insular again and just cutting off outside pathways. Cutting off families and cutting off your content creators is idiotic. Those people so directly impact your bottom line, and for them to decide those people don't matter just shows that these are not smart people. Frankly, it reminds me of the Trump administration, where everybody on that team are like the dumbest people alive, so everything they're doing, all these little hoaxes and things they're trying to rig, are blatantly obvious because they're all idiots. It's kind of what TKO and WWE is starting to feel like at this point. Wrestlers gotta fucking unionize, man. 50% pay cuts in a year where your company makes record profit. It's fucking disgusting. And I can't watch AEW either. I don't enjoy it. Like, the wrestling, purely the wrestling I like. A lot of the stories I don't like. I don't like the people. Fuck Tony Khan. He's a Nepo baby billionaire using his daddy's money to run a wrestling fed where the boys are running it. All of the stories that come out of AEW are the only people that get over are the people that like go to Tony and pitch shit. I don't think that's smart. Like, there are so many stars they bring in and then nothing happens with them. You have to have systems in place. And also, just fuck the Young Bucks. I don't like them. I don't like the people. I don't like them. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disenfranchised with everything happening in wrestling right now. And I still love wrestling, though. I'm not going to stop talking about wrestling. I'm just going to stop covering modern wrestling. I still want to do, like, old school pay-per-view reviews. I still want to do, like, wrestler highlight videos, but not even highlight videos. Just, like, where I come on and have, like, a 10-minute talk about my favorite wrestlers. Bray Wyatt, The Undertaker, Mick Foley, CM Punk. I'm trying to think of some more obscure names I've always loved. Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. There's just so much I love about wrestling. So many events that I love, like pay-per-views. So I'm going to start reviewing that stuff. Pay-per-view reviews, old WrestleMania reviews, my favorite matches reviewed. That will be how I cover wrestling going forward. I'm not going to cover the weekly WWE product at this point because it doesn't deserve it. The best way you can show a product or a company or a boss or anybody that you don't agree with something is by not participating. So I won't cover WWE until, I don't know what, maybe there's going to be some big Cody heel turn where he aligns with Paul Heyman, or something around SummerSlam season will probably be done to drum up attention and buzz again. And maybe I'll watch, because I still love and enjoy wrestling, but I can't support WWE and TKO right now. Can't. Don't really like AEW, the people. the way they talk about wrestling and the other people in it, I'm good. I feel like I don't want the tribalism. I wish neither company talked about each other, honestly, because it's the companies stoking tribalism within their fans. It's not it is kind of the fans. That's any internet community, like Marvel has internet fans, wrestling has internet fans, politics has internet fans, like, and to me, the internet fan communities are often the most toxic. And they don't need a lot of help to be combative with each other, but WWE and AEW both give a lot for the tribal-based fans to feed on. And I just don't want to be a part of that. So for right now, I'm not reviewing or watching live wrestling. I'm good. I said before WrestleMania, they should bring back the Bloodline, and I was wrong. I like what Roman's doing, but having the Bloodline close every Raw and SmackDown again, not smart. That SmackDown that ended with like the Usos versus whatever that tag team match was, Cody and Ricky should have main evented that SmackDown, and Cody should have gotten pinned by Ricky. Whether Gunther cost him, this should have been a Kevin Owens-like moment for Ricky Saints, where he showed up and got a huge win. Not for the title, it was non-title. Just like when Kevin Owens pinned Cena. I would have had this in the main event, I would have had them wrestle a banger, and I would have had Ricky win. I'm really afraid Ricky is just going to become like a mid-carder who gets lost in the shuffle. They made him so generic when he got to NXT with the, like, boring babyface crap. Ricky is in his bag as a heel, as a tweener, just talking shit on everybody. So, y'all, I just wanted to come on and share why I'm not reviewing Raw and SmackDown every week, why I'm not even watching. I checked out Backlash just because I didn't have anything going on anyway. Seth and Breaker was really good. Was damn good, honestly. Trick and Sammy was solid. I didn't mind the Danhausen thing. I enjoyed it. Maybe it could have been a few minutes shorter, but I thought it was good. I didn't mind the reveal. The wrestler that was Minihausen was El Torito, when he had that, like, 5-star WLC match with Hornswoggle. So seeing him go out there and wrestle shouldn't have been a surprise to anybody. He's one of the better, I don't know the phrase to use, mini wrestler. Like, he's really great. And I enjoyed that. And at the beginning of that match, the crowd was booing. By the end of it, they were hot as all hell. So that was really cool. I'm going to make a separate video paying homage and thanking my favorite women's wrestler of all time, Asuka. Kind of seems like that might have been her last match with Io, and they went out on a banger. That was hard-hitting as all hell. As much as I understand the people that said it had to be at Mania, they got to wrestle a full match here. Go look at the match times at WrestleMania, and then look at the match times for Backlash. I'm glad that if this is Asuka's last match, it was at Backlash. And she got to go out there and have one of the best matches of her career with Io. I was so emotional watching Asuka after the match. She's my favorite of all time as a woman. She is incredible. And when Roman Reigns decides somebody's getting over, they go over. That match with him and Jacob was awesome. Roman sold like hell for him. Roman, there are people that contested the idea and fought back that Roman doesn't make the people he feuds with better. Get the fuck out of here. You're an idiot if you think that. Any feud besides like Brock that Roman's ever been in, the person he is in a feud with comes out better, more over, and more connected with the fans. Watching Roman and Punk, and then Roman and Jacob, this is kind of like peak Roman Reigns right now. Like, even better than Bloodline Roman, where, like, he doesn't even need interference. He's kind of like This is going to be a weird comparison and people won't like it. But, like, Kenny Omega, when he was on that heel run as the belt collector, like, just, this is the top guy in the company. He looks like $1 million. He talks like $1 million. He wrestles like $1 million. I know Kenny is like 10 times the ring rate worker that Roman is, but in terms of like the full presentation and Roman's full ownership of the character and his ability to make everything he does believable and excellent. And all that to be said, I still ain't watching. Which is a shame, but they've fucked over too many good people. And I will once again ask, how many black people did you ask to take that pay cut? And how many white people did you ask to take that pay cut? Going to the New Day and asking them to take that pay cut was fucking ridiculous and offensive. It's disgusting. Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania, one of the greatest moments in wrestling history. The New Day, consistently involved in some of the best tag team wrestling over the last 20 years. That Hell in a Cell match with the Usos. And you went and asked them to take a 50% pay cut? Fuck you. So, y'all, the next time you see me talk about wrestling, it'll probably be reviewing a vintage pay-per-view. Like SummerSlam 98 or like something random. Maybe King of the Ring 02. I don't know. Comment down below what matches, what pay-per-views you'd like to see me talk about. If there are topics you'd like to hear my opinion on, let me know. My wrestling content is going to go from coverage to more of a historical kind of a standpoint in the way that I'm looking back at the MCU and reviewing it and talking about acting performances and story intention. That's what I want to do for wrestling now as well. So let me know what you want to see me talk about, guys. Thank you for coming to hang out today. I appreciate you. Hit like, subscribe, join the Goose's flock. Thank you, guys. The Goose is out.